Yo, Joe, fighting for freedom over land and air to bring 1980s action. It's G.I. Joe Special Missions issue number 7 from October of 1987. You gotta love Chuckles' shirts. He wears it well, though this is not one of my favorite covers in the G.I. Joe line of comics. It does accurately convey the action and excitement that we're about to experience within this fun-filled issue of Special Missions. The old switcheroo. It's like Felix the Cat hitting a mouse with a hammer. Here's the creative team behind this issue. And these Special Missions comics are a lot of fun because they're standalone issues. And if you just pick up a whole bunch of them for cheap, there's no real continuous plot to speak of, just a lot of action and explosions. So we start out here, there's this mysterious team that's going to infiltrate the Cobra Consulate, who has laughably awful security. They show this guy like a work order and drive right through there, and then this van crashes through their front gate. They don't even have those cement pylon things to block a truck from doing that. Morons. So immediately, we get a bunch of counter-revolutionaries from Sierra Gorda, I think, who jump out of this thing and start machine gunning all the Cobra soldiers. An ad for Zittles. Cobra has really awful security. I think the only bad guys who probably are worse than Cobra are stormtroopers. Here we have the Baroness, and this issue definitely demonstrates her complete lack of skills whatsoever. She's literally the most useless member of... I think she actually contributes less to Cobra than Cobra Commander, and that says a lot. So she starts just yelling and screaming and ordering Cobras to their doom. Well, Zarana, who is Zartan's sister, she's a lot smarter than the Baroness, who we can see here hitting herself in the face, screaming, "We're being blackmailed by radical yuppie terrorists." We all have our problems. Hey, Dr. Mindbender! And look at Televiper! It's like a viper whose only job is to call people on payphones. I'm not sure what they do. They're like the communications, but so thoroughly outdated. Herb Trimpe having a little fun with the artwork. The Baroness can point at things. Good for her. And hey, there's Serpentor. I like Serpentor. I feel like Serpentor's main problem is that he was just surrounded by idiots. So across the street, the Joes are watching from another building, and that's not Dial Tone. Which one is that? Yeah, that's Dial Tone. The Dial Tone and Breaker's the one with the gum. Dial Tone's the one with the useless, gigantic backpack, which you think he would take off from time to time. There's Chuckles. He's like, what is he, espionage or whatever. He has a great shirt. That's all that matters. And I completely forgot about Psych Out. Psych Out is basically Counselor Troy for G.I. Joe, except he doesn't look like Counselor Troy. He's like the feelings officer. He counsels them in their emotional instability. So here's the Revolutionaries blowing away all the Cobras. The Baroness and Zarana are getting into a fight, which is hilarious. And here's one of my favorite shots in the entire issue. I mean, you gotta respect anybody that can pull off metal chain suspenders. That's hardcore right there. So Zarana and the Baroness are about to get into a fight. Also, I think it's actually interesting that we get to see some of the other inner workings of the Cobra Consulate, with the suits that have the Cobra symbols on them. Like, what do these guys do? What are stockbrokers? This issue also features Tunnel Rat and Breaker, who are in the basement cutting the power. I always like Tunnel Rat and Breaker. Breaker's one of the great old school characters. And here's the rest of the Joes landing on the roof with their gliders, their fancy gliders, and Lady J puts on her best Baroness impression to fool the Sierra Gordo counter-revolutionaries. Sierra Gordo. Look, the Baroness figures it out. That's not me, that's an imposter. Kind of feel bad for these guys. Like, they look well prepared, but they're not. Celebrate the apocalypse by enjoying G.I. Joe Special Missions 7. Actually, that reminds me, I want to show you the shot at the end. The Joes are so badass that they defy social distancing by wearing gas masks. It's a great issue. G.I. Joe. Special Missions, highly recommended here on 80scomics.com.